And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. They'll run on first down. Milton, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Watch this with the 6. Go.
To throw is Jackson. Complete. Smith has it. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to get the football. The 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting. Check 55 to Mike. Let him know.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Let's go right here.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Pac-Man. 120.
Focus, defense, focus.
Wentz now on first down. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Able to find Harris, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Browns' 17-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Wentz. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. This one, 7. Watch the twist. Hey, Haywood. Slam.
Now Wentz again. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
On the keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
That's it, baby. We go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A gain of 45 yards. And the Browns' first down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Moss, and they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
On 2nd and a couple. Wentz looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, boy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
First down.
There we go.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Pac-Man. Waiting.
It's been a long day for you.
Man 5-7. Hey, Bush. Done.
Shotgun now for Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
On first down, Milton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On 2nd and 15 now, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, 30, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Next to score, Vikings 10, Browns 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Next to score, Vikings 17, Browns 0.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Jackson. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
You better be afraid of him.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Check hot route. Hot.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Throwing now is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing is Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Wentz going to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jackson. The open man is Smith. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Who's it? Hey, motion. 58.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on first is Wentz. It's brought in by Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
What we got? What we got? What we got? 81. What's up?
On first down, Wentz.
Game situation. Let's go.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Sunday. Hey, seam 6.
Again, it's Wentz.
Let's go, defense.
Complete to Washington. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Milton looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Get the flag.
58 right there. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. He's coming.
Don't.
We got double up, double up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Kill.
Here's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
And this is caught. That goes for a gain of 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Motion. Reset. Hustle.
To throw is Jackson. Complete. Smith has it. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
84. A gain of 14. 1st down, Cleveland.
This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
No. Off. Echo.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Go. Watch motion. Watch motion. Watch the edge. Shut up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Milton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
First down, Browns.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Milton, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On third down, Milton, and the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On first down, Milton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Watch the pass.
They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, Milton, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hayward. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
There we go, Pac-Man. Waiting. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Just like that.
What's your touch?
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 1 yard. 1st down, Browns.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Vikings, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will hit the road.